Botshelo Maogwe is a passionate young rider as well as a skilled instructor who has developed a profound connection with horses. So he's also a member of the Vryburg Horse Club in the Northwest Province, and his talent as well as dedication has earned him the recognition from organizers in his hometown. Affectionately known as a Texas cowboy, he joins us in studio this morning to chat to us about his love and passion for horses. Botshelo, good morning and thank you so much for your time.
Good morning, Rachel.
You need to talk to me about this name. Texas cowboy.
Texas cowboy. It's actually being the Vryburg cowboy, like true cowboy, yeah.
Yeah. And who gave you that name?
The person who gave me this name was Hannes, the founder of Pick and Pain Vryburg, who's actually my greatest mentors by now.
Yeah.
Who was actually said, yeah, this is going to be the future Texas cowboy.
The future Texas cowboy. I wonder if that puts a lot of pressure on you to actually really do well in this equestrian sport that is not actually dominated by, people from the black communities. Talk to us about your love for horses. Where did this start and why horses?
My love for horses and when it started, it started 3 years back when I was 15, because currently the age I'm at right now is 17 years old. But this age started with my parents, where my father, whereby he saw a gap into the sports whereby there's no too many black people. Because literally in Northwest, I'm the only black person who rides horses.
The only black person.
The only black person in the
in
equestrian sports in Northwest.
That's amazing, though. And what are you hoping to do in the sport? Like, how does your participation in the sport hope to inspire young blacks to actually take up the sport as well?
For me, it's to encourage more black people to get into the sports because there's not that much melanin in this kind of equestrian sports. So my passion is also just to be the national rider of South Africa. Yeah. Yeah, an international rider though. Yeah. And also a horse instructor that can be pursuing his own limits, just like Fabian McCarthy. I want to be Fabian of this sports, actually, I would say.
Yeah, you speak about Fabian. I know you were a part of a tournament with Fabian just a few weeks ago. Let's talk about that tournament, the importance. I think it was the Mompati.
The Mompati Horse Ride for Change.
Yeah. Talk to us about that.
The Mompati Horse Ride for Change was about mostly to raise awareness for GBV violence and also to break the silence of men in prostate cancer. To come together and just let's break the silence of this, guys. Yeah.
You said something interesting earlier. You're also not just a horse rider, but you're also an instructor.
Yeah, yeah.
So you then teach people like me to ride a horse. Listen, I had a bad experience with a horse back in the days when I was still young. Bad experience. I don't actually want to talk about it because I could have died from that experience. So how do you then teach someone like me who's had a bad experience, who actually wants to, go ahead and try this again, but is probably reluctant because of the past experiences? Talk to us about the connection that you'd have to have with that horse, the trust connection between you and the horse, and teaching someone like me to get back on a horse.
For us, you actually have to just create a deep connection with the horse, whereby you have to lose your fear, you have to actually be mental stable to ride a horse. Don't go and get on a horse and say like, nah, ride me, I'm not gonna ride you, because it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
You understand? So also just being there with the horse, feeling that connection in like me and you, feeling that connection of people, also with the horse. Horse is like a person, whereby you can share your feelings, you can also bring emotions to it, whereby you can carry your emotions. Just like this horse, there's a horse of mine, Lotion. It made me actually go through my mother's passing for a few years back. Yeah. So that's a big impact on me.
Oh, okay. But how do you then, create that connection? Because, like you said, a horse is like a human.
Yeah, it's just like a friend.
But how do you do that? How do you create that connection?
For me, it's just a natural thing. So I don't know how to explain it.
Okay.
Because I just come to our horse and our connection just clicks on top.
All right. Let's talk about, how far, you want to take this sport. You are the only one in the Northwest Province, the only black person involved in the sport. Like we said earlier on, dominated by white people. It's an expensive sport as well. How far do you think you can go in the sport? What are your plans now?
Literally, I want the question to get far as possible from my life, but mostly what I want to do is I want to create more activities where people know that this is the kind of sports. There's horse racing, there's horse jumping, there's horse taming where you can actually tame a horse, and there's also walking shoes and grooming a horse. That's the most activities where people are at. But it's actually based on the white people. Like black people don't know about it because they're afraid of horses. Yeah.
Like me.
Like you.
But then it's also expensive. Who's backing you? How are you going through those challenges, overcoming those challenges of wanting to compete in a competition, but you might not necessarily have the funds to compete?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually expensive, but I actually have a time thinking whereby Pick and Pay sponsors me with some few memberships, but mostly my parents are up to it, but they don't have that much funds to do it. That's why I'm looking forward for sponsors. They can actually just gain up on this young talent of mine.
All right, so what's coming up next? What's lined up for you? I know you have a couple of tournaments coming up. Talk to us about the significance of those competitions and, yeah, what the future now holds for Texas Cowboy.
Now, literally, I'm going to matric next year. So it's going to be a big year for me. It's going to be a big year for it. But in terms of training and also competitions, I want to actually create a schedule for it because matric is on a whole nother level. Because I have to focus and prioritize my time on studies and learning, also with my skills on training on a horse also. So, but mostly it's just going to be based on the schedule. And also, my ambitions to do that also is like, what can I say? Like, horse is life. Horse is life for me. So, it's going to be a huge impact whereby sponsors will come, take me to Durban July. I want to see my horse also qualify for the Durban July one day. Yeah,
everybody wants to be a jockey at the Durban July, right?
Not me, but my horse actually.
Yes.
Yeah, I want my horse to be there, not me on top of that horse.
Okay, you want to be there the Durban July on top of your horse. Just very quickly, those visuals that you're seeing there at the moment, where was this? And talk to us about how this experience was for you.
This was in Vryburg, in Bloemtag, where it's actually a nice experience for me because I won in every race.
Yeah. So you are the man to beat in the Northwest Province.
Yeah, I'm unbeatable in the Northwest Province.
All right. Botshelo, thank you so much for your time this morning. All the best of luck. You know, I'm hoping that you will get to inspire a lot of youngsters in your province and, of course, in South Africa to take up the equestrian sport. Thank you and all the best of luck with the future.
Thank you very much, Rachel.
All right. That's a wrap from the Sports Desk at this hour.